Hey everybody, in today's video I wanted to do a little bit of an update about our experiences with the CuddeLink systems. We're not getting paid or anything, we're just users of the system. We're not affiliated with CuddeBack at all, but overall they're a really good camera and I think you guys should check them out. We've had these cameras set out for about 6 weeks now. We had our first camera die last weekend, which completely throws off the chain. So the camera dying fairly soon, I wouldn't say is CuddeBack or CuddeLink's fault. I think it's more of a user error on my end. In the beginning I was fairly skeptical about the cameras, to be honest. I didn't know how well the pictures were going to be. There's not that many reviews out on the internet, and I wanted to make sure we really liked the cameras before we put all of them out. So what I did was in the cameras that we set up, I put them to send 50 photos a time, meaning it would take 50 photos and it would daisy chain it back. Take 50 photos, daisy chain, which over a course of a week, 50 photos is like that usually if the camera's set up in a good spot. And that's what we ran into. It was sending more photos, so it was using more battery. In the end, we had cameras dying quicker. So we called CuddeBack, and I had a couple questions about the D-cell battery packs. I wanted to know when they were coming out, and it sounds like they're going to be out sometime in August this month. But they also recommended the solar battery packs, which they've been testing out in northern Wisconsin, where there's a bunch of trees, and it uses ambient light. It doesn't rely strictly on the sun, so that's a good sign. But those don't come out until sometime September. There's no hard dates on when they are actually going to be out, so I don't know if or when. Obviously they will actually come out. But overall, I was really impressed with the customer service at CuddeBack. She answered every one of my questions that I had, and then some. I was just asking her about settings, and I don't want to ramble on too much about it, but overall, setting-wise, I've got it set to send 250 photos per time now, meaning that it sends more photos per time, so it doesn't send as many times, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I've got the settings fixed on every single camera, and that's what this video shows. We're just kind of showing you where we place some cameras, showing you guys around the property, and a couple pictures of some bucks that we've gotten. So overall, I'm really impressed with these CuddeLink systems. There's really good cameras, and they take really good photos for being sent through a daisy chain, and I definitely think you guys should check it out. So keep watching to see our property, as well as we actually have a giveaway that we're announcing, so that's pretty exciting. So let's go check some cameras. This guy can complain about his thistles all he wants, but this is the best deer cover I've ever seen. Thistles. People are going to start planting thistles just for bedding areas. We ended up moving the home camera because it's a little less invasive. We had it down not really in the hole, but we had it on a lane that it's not really mowed, and you have to kind of get into it. So we moved it on top here on the sedan grass on this field, just because if we're going in to hunt or something, it'll be really easy to check on the way in, and it's a lot less invasive. So what I'm going to do here, and if you guys haven't already done so, make sure you go get the OnX maps. We're doing a giveaway. So all you got to do is, what do you want to do? Comment. What do you want them to comment?
OnX is the best.
What? Comment something funny. Got to do something funny. All you got to do below is comment how many spikes and jakes you've shot in your life. Be honest. No, you can't hype it up too much. Just a number, and you'll be entered for the drawing for the first giveaway of the OnX system. So what I'm going to do is, I did this the first time. I marked every single point where we put a camera so we knew where to get to it. And this has been, like, we kind of have an idea of where we remember them all, but like if we're looking at the maps, when we're looking at pictures, it makes it really easy to kind of see how the deer are moving, and these maps just make it incredibly easy. And they're going to be a key role in public land. They already have been.
They have all kinds of really cool features. You can measure distance, like he said. You can measure area, all different sizes of shapes. You can mark different areas. If you got a food plot or something like that. There's a whole bunch of different layers that they have on OnX. Just a really good system.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm resetting up. So this will be the second camera now. And the third camera is going to go back that way. But this one I put batteries in last weekend, so it should be fine. I'm making sure that the CL level, the camera link, like the chain level, it was at 56, so we're good. So this is a good connection. They say
Very
you don't.
good.
Yeah, they say you don't want to go under 20 because there's some. I've learned that there's variation in the channels, just by the day. Let's say like the leaves are blowing around. It just kind of varies. I don't know why, but that's my only thought to it. So this is a good level, and
but we've had good links when it varies from 30 to 12.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's been fine. It's just weird how it does that, but that's just how it works. So this one's good. I'm setting the CL count to 250, meaning that it's only going to send 250 pictures at a time to the home camera, and we should be good to go. They all just died at the same. All these cameras died at the same time. So
I imagine the closer you are to the home, the more battery they all use too, because they have to send more pictures when it's a link system.
that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Pretty smart. This camera is just on the post of this tower blind here, and it's not really in a good spot right now. In fact,
we found
it's just
a feeder on our property. I don't know if we ever put that in. We found a feeder that's been here for years. We just haven't set anything up yet.
So we might put it in front of this camera because it's watching nothing right now. We're down here for a couple days doing all of our planting and this, and hopefully we'll have time for that too. But this whole finger of this field is going to be planted in brassica and clover chicory mix this week too, so should turn out to be a good spot anyhow, even if we don't get that feeder up. We should be able to actually hunt out that blind.
Alright guys, it's time to go into the buck hole. And buck hole. But it sounds like butthole. We knew there's gonna be bucks in here since we looked at it that first time. Because of the size of this mineral hole. So we're going back in and we're refreshing it again. We've got a camera down there and we get tons of pictures of bucks down there. It's just a nasty thick hole. So
we got one mature buck that we know is a shooter.
yeah, he's a big fat toad.
We got a bunch of really nice bucks, but we're not sure if any of those are old enough. We're going to have more experience with them.
But
he's chasing bucks off the mineral.
Yeah, he's a big old
really
dominant.
Aggressive deer. You can see in one of the pictures that he's about to kick one of the smaller deer. It's probably a 2-year-old. It's a 10-point that's almost as big as he is, but he's about to kick the crap out of it.
So yeah, he's definitely a shooter if he stays on the property. So we're gonna go down to this hole and hopefully not spook anything out. Note to self: be smarter than hunter. Wear pants.
Highly allergic to poison ivy.
Yeah, you're gonna be in trouble, dude. What I really like about these cameras is their bracket system. It's something so easy, but a lot of companies don't think about it. Like replacing batteries isn't as big of a deal because all I gotta do is pull it off and it's set again. I don't have to sit there and stress about making sure it's in the right position. So this camera's set and it just took our picture. So. So when we were trying to figure out a place to put this camera, there's this fence row, and this is our south property border here. And right up here is the CRP field, but across the road is a bean field. And I knew that there's going to be deer going to that because we don't have any food on our property right now. So we got lucky enough to find this hole in the fence. But if you look for places where the fences are down, or there's, like in this case, there's a hole in the fence, like an arm's length long. And this is just a really good place where deer can cross it without wasting too much energy. Deer are just like you and I. If we have to go around something, we're going to try to figure out a way to get through it easier, I guess, is how I'm trying to say. So, looking for holes in the fence. All of our fences are really good and tall. So when I found this, it was just kind of a perfect spot because we've had a bunch of bucks and deer pictures coming through at this little pinch point here. It just creates a pinch point in areas that you didn't expect.
Pure athleticism. Dad just tilled this field up. Turned out pretty nice. There's still some structure in the ground, but plenty of seed soil contact is going to be made. So pretty good. Looks pretty good. Looks like we got a good die off of the weeds. So should be a nice food plot. I'm going to put in clover, chicory, and brassica mix. It's Whitetail Institute's new Vision blend, and then we're also going to we're putting that blend out, and then we're putting 1 pound of purple top turnips and 1 pound of sugar beets per acre on top of that. So it'll be a little bit heavier on the brassicas, and I think it'll be a good blend. Probably shouldn't modify seed blend, but what the heck? I think it'll turn out good. Should be a nice selection for them, and then that'll come back in chicory and clover next spring, which it's hard to beat chicory and clover for a perennial food plot, especially in small areas like this. This is probably a ½ acre to 3/4 of an acre plot. And then right here, we remove a section of this fence, and we got camera and a mineral. So we're going to put some Big and J, I guess it's got some aroma on it. Hopefully deer will smell that from all around and come on our property and see what's in the area, hopefully.
Overall, we've been pretty impressed with these CuddeLink systems. Some of the stuff was user error, so if I can figure it out, so can you guys. They're a really good camera, and I've been really impressed with how they've performed. Other than the battery life, when you set it to set more images, it's just going to use more battery. So if you play around the settings, you can get, I'm thinking, quite a bit of battery life and time out of these cameras, and we're hoping that by doing it today in the middle of August, we'll be able to get to October and hopefully November. So when we're out, we can replace batteries or put new battery packs on it. I'm not sure yet what we're going to do with those battery packs, if I'm going to do D-cell batteries or the solar systems. Or
We found out that the solar systems don't have to be in direct sunlight. They can just be ambient light. They've done a lot of testing, and they're supposed to come out in September.
Right. They said they've been doing a lot of, Cuddy Back is in Wisconsin, so they've been doing a lot of testing up in the northern portions where there's a lot of trees with those solars. So we're going to look into both options and go from there. And overall, I think the cameras are really good. So if you guys are in the market, I mean, we're not getting paid, we're not getting we get nothing out of this. We're just testing out these cameras for our personal use, and we think it's a pretty good system. So if you guys like the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.